one of the big question marks about post-COVID or post-stay-at-home dining is how is it going to be at a Chinese restaurant. I think people are really worried because Chinese restaurants are usually associated with sitting really close together and like really packing a room. So I'm here at Jade Dynasty, and it feels pretty comfortable because what they did was they put partitions between all the tables. So they had to reduce room capacity by 40% actually. And the partitions, they're really paranoid. They have private rooms, no more than 10. It feels okay, right?
Yes.
You feel safe, right?
Feels safe. Nice partitions between the tables.
Yeah. So we're just waiting for the food now. So we're excited because we haven't had dim sum in like 3 months.
3 months.
Yeah. So my friend Melanie is a little OCD, so let's see her in action.
Okay, when I come to a restaurant, I have to wipe down with my disinfecting wipes, my napkin. I did my teacup, and I also wiped my cooking area here. And don't forget the lid and the handle and the inside.
Oh my god. Did you do this like pre-COVID too?
Yes.
Oh, tell them about the hotel rooms.
Oh, in the hotel rooms, you should always not use the water glasses, things like that, because they're not really sanitized. And I take my wipes and wipe down all of the light switches and all of the doorknobs, the toilet.
I remember I laughed at you when you told me about the remote.
Oh yes, and the remote, don't forget. And
Yeah.
don't put your luggage on the carpet.
And
Put it on your
And actually
bed
the remote
or
turns out
couch.
to be the dirtiest thing in the hotel room.
And you laughed, Nadine.
Kind of like your phone, because
Right.
your phone goes everywhere. And when they count the bacteria on phone, they found there's a lot of E. coli usually. It's so gross.
Yeah, they said the phone is the one thing that you should, as soon as you get home, it's like washing your hands, you should wipe down your phone. So that's what I do. As soon as I get home, I wipe down my phone.
Oh my god, it's so much work.
It is.
So one of the things missing right off the bat is the usual tray of condiments, because they can't leave any food sitting out on the table where people does who knows what to it. I mean, that's something that always worried me before, but now it's become much safer actually. And our chive and shrimp dumplings have arrived.
You know what? It's stuck in the paper. Hold on.
Oh, well, that's kind of good. I mean,
Okay, let me do it again.
At least we know that the wrapper is thin.
Okay.
Oh, okay, and here comes the condiments we're asking for. The wrapper is pretty thin, so that's kind of how I like it anyway. I don't know if you can see, but they kind of have a big piece of shrimp in there. There's like maybe 3 big pieces of shrimp like that, or 4 inside each dumpling.
Oh, oh, shoot. Can't really see it.
Yeah, there's a lot of chives too, so that's good. These are hamahar chicken wings with the shrimp paste in it, and it's something that I had in Singapore that was so delicious. So we're gonna see how these are. And also, the honey garlic spare ribs have arrived. And actually, the last time I had these chicken wings, they're pretty mild. Like if it's good if you don't actually like the shrimp paste, but for me, it wasn't strong enough. Not as strong as the ones in Singapore.
Water. Thank you.
It's still not as strong shrimp paste as I would like, but I think that would scare a lot of people. So that's probably why they do it so mild here. But I want to taste the shrimp paste because I'm Chinese, it's my birthright.
Where can you buy the shrimp paste?
Any market.
Is it usually in the little glass jar that's wing?
And it's like a gray looking, it almost looks like poi in the jar. And a lot of people will probably think it's really super stinky, but I like that smell because I grew up with it.
But what's good is that it's very light and crispy. It doesn't taste soggy, so it makes it sort of a perfect fried chicken crust.
I guess the idea is that it adds just the perfect amount of salt and like extra umami. I still wish we had the ones in Singapore, like at
Unfortunately, we're banned from Singapore right now.
Oh, we're banned?
We're banned.
Oh, sad. Like, okay, the rest of Middle America, you guys need to get your act together so that we can actually like travel. Because of you guys, like Hawaii has such a low infection rate, but because of the rest of the US, we're banned from so many countries now.
Thank you.
Are we banned from China too?
New Zealand, Australia, the EU.
Rice has arrived. Whoa. Let's see what's inside. So we got the abalone and the chicken version. So it looks a little different from the usual pork dark filling. Yeah.
It doesn't seem like they use the traditional sticky rice.
Oh really?
I guess they did, but it's not what we usually think of as kind of chewy and sticky.
Yeah.
It's very different.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like mochi rice.
This is dining in post-COVID or
Yeah, it could be that they're just missing some ingredients because some ingredients people can't get. Like they sometimes have a beef shortage, and maybe if they're importing their rice from someplace, they can't get it because the sourcing channels have changed too. The abalone is good.
it's tender.
Basically, diners have to be a lot more patient now with the restaurants because they are like coming back from being gone like 3 months. And I found that even at like restaurants that you usually trust a lot, they've forgotten to put certain ingredients in their typical dishes. Like even in pastries, I found out sometimes they don't even put the sugar. So then you're tasting something like baking soda and you're like, what is this? So everybody has to like relearn maybe where things are, or I'm sure a lot of things have been rearranged in the kitchens too. What do you think of the ribs?
Oh, I really like them. They're sweet and tangy. They're actually very chopstick tender.
Now we have dessert. This is a goji berry gelatin, and goji berries are supposed to be really antioxidant and good for you.
What is this? Let's try them.
Yeah,
What is the gelatin part?
gelatin.
But where?
Very refreshing. It's really good for a summer day.
I think it's sort of like a jasmine tea flavored
Yeah.
with goji berry. It's really good.
And it has like kind of like the seeds in it, so it's a little gritty too. So it has texture. And it's kind of interesting because it's not smooth inside. It feels like, I don't know, wrinkly or rippled or something. Like it was built up. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, it has a little bit of a gritty.
It has a good texture. It's not as smooth as Jello, but it's really good and certainly not as sweet as jangko. It's just right, really refreshing, really light. It's kind of what you want out of dessert. I could eat a whole plate of these.
It sort of has a little bit of a perfumey tea, which is kind of nice with the texture.
Yeah. And I guess now too, since there's like much fewer tables, they're limiting our dining time. So we gotta get out of here soon. So we'll see you later. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, this is Melanie after the lunch.
Using my favorite hand sanitizer, Dr. Bonner's lavender, and instead of being a gel, it's a light mist spray, so your hands don't feel all goopy and dry. It has a nice sound.
It smells good.
It smells like lavender.
It does. It smells
Yeah.
good. Now you're gonna fall asleep because lavender puts you to sleep.
Sleep.
Wow, where'd you get that from?
Oh, I don't know. Someone gave it to me.
How is it your favorite then?
Oh, because I have another one. I think they do sell it at Whole Foods.
It smells really good.